child, thank you for picking up. Megan's album has been out for a week. I've listened to it, and I've got some thoughts. Did Megan Thee Stallion's album Megan flop, or did the hottie set the expectations a little too high? Let's get into the conversation. This is Woo Child. Woo Child. Woo child, let's hop right into it. I'm sure just like all of you, we've been living with the Megan album for about a week. And I have some thoughts. I wanted to come back. I reacted to the album, by the way. If you want to see my reaction to the album, you could click the first link in the description below and become a Tired Ass Patreon family. It is exclusively on Patreon right now, and it has been for about a week. I know some of the girls were trying to make it seem like I wasn't talking about Megan at all, or I was paid not to talk about Megan, but like, what? Girl, what? But I'm sorry, darling, if you're not a Tired Ass Patreon family member, then you won't know the tea. They get everything first. That's just the tea, girl. So I implore you to sign up. The reaction is actually quite hilarious. My very first listen. But since my very first listen, I have been listening to it not nonstop, because I've come to find out there's only a few songs that I can go back to. And to be quite honest, there's not too many songs I can go back to on this album. As you can see in the title of this call, I think it's time to evolve, Megan. And I say that with love, and I say it with compassion, and I say that with admiration of your career and the legendary shit, no shade, legendary shit that you've done so far with your career. And for the hotties in the back that's about to try to flip this and try to make it seem like I don't like Megan, or I'm being shady towards Megan, and I don't know. Girl, you know, I really don't care. And also for the toxic hotties in the back, that anytime I give Megan her 10s or support Megan, they say, the North remembers what you said about her. I'm sure you do, girl. We're moved on. It's been 2 years, girl. We've apologized, had a whole come to Jesus moment, and we've moved on. We're here to talk about Megan Thee Stallion's new album, Megan. So I say all that to say this. Because I don't like this album like that does not mean I don't like Megan, okay? And I want to preface that too. I don't know why, just because I don't like somebody's work does not mean I don't like them. I love Megan. I love the Hotties tour. It was so cool to see her and Glorilla eat up this summer, and Megan selling out arenas, and I know some people are trying to make it seem like she had filler seats and all that. Listen, I don't know the logistics of how she did it. Regardless of the fact, the summer tour has sold out. I know she's over in Europe now doing the Europe leg. And I know a lot of the Europe leg dates got canceled due to the fact of repairs to the venue. I don't know if it was repairs to the venue or was it actually low ticket sales. We will never really know. Regardless of the fact, she's still performing over in Europe, and the Europe hotties are coming out for Megan. So something's working. And Megan's career is honestly the best it's ever been. The Megan's brand, right? The Megan Thee Stallion brand is probably at its peak. It's maybe at one of its best peaks in her career, to be honest. She's a very commercial, public known artist, and I think people are obsessed with the brand of Megan Thee Stallion. But does that transcribe completely to her music sales? Absolutely not. And this is why. Because to be honest with you, Megan, it's just time to evolve the sound, babes. It really is. And I am just saying this from somebody that has been listening to you since 2018. I've watched you literally perform to 50 people to now an arena full of people. So I have been there, okay? I'm not a hottie per se, but I have respected and loved and admired Megan's career for a long time. Definitely for the full 6 years, without a doubt. So I can say this confidently, and I can say this with my chest. Your music has not evolved since that first project. Even since, like, we could even say Tina Snow. I don't think, if I pull up Tina Snow, some songs with Tina Snow can sound like it can go on the Megan album. And some songs from Good News sound like it can go on the Megan album. And songs from Something for the Hotties sound like it can go on the Megan album. Do you see what the problem is here? I really don't want to bring Nicki into this, but I have to because she's that girl. And I really do. I really, really do. I mean, like, she set the precedent of what female rappers should sell to become successful, to be deemed that girl in the rap space. So, since nobody has beaten her yet, then I have to use her as the measurement, right? I'm gonna use Nicki, Rihanna, and Beyonce as examples when I make this point. Those three ladies, Nicki, Rihanna, and Beyonce, are notoriously known, okay? Notoriously known for changing it up every era. There's an era, there's a change, there's a shift, and not just in look, not just in brand, but in sound, in the way the music is written, the way it's sung, the features, even down to the features of the album. It makes sense of what that work is. Correct. You follow me? Gaga's another bitch I can add to that. Every album is different. Every album has its own identity. And with that, right, each song on those albums have different feelings that tell the story that the album is trying to sell and tell. And you can't compare, like I can't put Judas on the Fame album. Like it would make no sense. It would still slap, but it wouldn't make no sense. I can't put Single Ladies on 4. It would make, what is happening here? Sweet Dreams no, not even Sweet Dreams. It embodies that sound. When I think about those songs, right? Those songs, like even if I think about You See Right Through Me, You See Right Through Me could go on Pink Friday too. Let's be honest here. But it's a continuation of Pink Friday, so that's why. But it wouldn't be, You See Right Through Me wouldn't sound good at all, or it wouldn't fit to me on the Queen album or on the Pink Print. It wouldn't make sense to me. But it would still slap, don't get me wrong. But to tell that story, that buildup was different, right? That experience is different. When I think about those records, I immediately think about the albums attached to it and the time and where I was when I heard it. So I say that point to say, if you were to play me a song off the Megan album, I would have to ask you, is this from Traumazine, Good News, or Something for the Hotties? No shade. And that's just no shade, but all tea. And the reason why the Nickis and the Rihannas and the Gagas and the B's and even Taylor Swift, no shade, have this longevity and these long sprawling careers and amazing discographies is because they're telling stories every time they drop. I can even use a newer girl. Billie Eilish is another one that makes a lot of sense to me. Happier Than Ever. My song Shashiro, Honey, okay, or Skinny would not make sense on Happier Than Ever. It doesn't go with it. Now, it kind of could go on When We All Fall Asleep. No, it couldn't have. When We All Fall Asleep, you can even tell just in her artistry, she was a little different. She was a little bit more rebellious. Hit Me Hard and Soft is a little bit more vulnerable, but yet has elements of her past work, but still tells a new story. Does that make sense? Megan's album, and I don't want to hear the excuse of, well, she's a rapper. Well, like I said, Nicki has told in different stories, different sounds, different moments throughout her entire discography. And I'm not even including features yet. Hold on. No shade. Because Nicki's features can be a whole compilation album on its own. Because she's changed up different sounds, flows, different producers. She's tried different things that maybe it's she even did gospel records. You know what I mean? I can get off of Nicki. I can use Lil' Kim. I can use Eve. I could even use my girl Ami, AKA Doja. No shade. Scarlett couldn't live on planet Her. Like, Scarlett could not, 97 Bins and like Fuck the Girls and Shut Yo and even like off the deluxe like Mask or Acknowledge Me could not live on Amala, Hot Pink, or Planet Her. Those records would not even make sense. Demons? Like, come on, girl. On Planet Her, bitch. Like, on Hot Pink. Like, that would it wouldn't even go. But that's the point of evolving. That's the point of digging deeper into your artistry and finding what else. Can I tell you something? I'm going through this Megan album right now. Besides Hiss, and besides Rattle, because I love Hiss is that girl. Besides Rattle, I love Rattle. Figueroa is all right. It's just Figueroa. It's just Figueroa. Like, it just I don't know. Where Them Girls At is good, but lazy. I hate to say it, but you got better twerk songs than that, babes. You do. Megan, you have better twerk and throw that ass songs than Where Them Girls At. And I have to be honest, it's kind of a waste of a sample. If I had to be completely honest. I don't know. I just feel like it could have went harder. Broke His Heart it's not memorable. It could have been off the album. Both ain't shit. As much as I do like the song initially, I never went back to it since I've listened to it. Because it seems like a attempt at a trend of the Jersey hip kind of, you know what I mean? And it seems like, I don't know, I just feel like you're trying to hop on a trend instead of it being authentically something good. That's just how I feel. Not saying that's the truth. I hope we all know on the internet, we all can have our opinions. Does not mean it's true. Okay. As long as because somebody in the back was going to try to type and be like, oh my God, Zach, here you go. Girl, it's an opinion. Calm down. Otaku Hot Girl, my shit. This is my shit. Bitch, arigato. Bitch, arigato. Bitch, I like to find out, but like, I haven't went back to it. I've only gone back to Otaku Hot Girl. I have only went back to Otaku Hot Girl. I went back to Boa today on the Stairmaster. Because Boa had to grow on me. It wasn't my favorite song. It still ain't my favorite Megan Thee Stallion song. Because no shade. Whatever you put in Thought Shit, I get the same feeling from Thought Shit that I get from like Boa. No shade. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Hope somebody gets it. But it has that same energy to me. And to me, Thought Shit is a better song than Boa. Throws it out the mother. I mean, it's a good one. But see what I'm saying here, right? The fact that Thought Shit is like, what, a 3-year-old song at this point? 2-3-year-old song? But it could live on the Megan album. I'm just saying, because Boa gives me an essence of, if not that, then Don't Stop, Pop That Cat, just like that, You know how much I hate that song, but I live for it because it's a key. Mamushi with Yuki is the star of the album. Clearly, that's the one that's breaking out. I feel like that's going to be a sleeper hit that's going to grow amazingly. Surprisingly, I haven't went back to Spin with Victoria Monet the most. I haven't gone back to it. And I'm surprised at it myself because I liked it when I first heard it. But like, nothing has enticed me to go back besides Victoria's part. Because if I had to be honest, Megan came in it too rough. Like, I don't feel sensual. Like, Victoria gives me the sensuality that I live for, but Megan comes in it like she's about to punch me in the face, bitch, and it don't make me feel sensual. Downstairs DJ could have been off the album. Miami Blue, as much as I do see it, could be off the album. Worthy could have been off the album. Moody Girl, I feel like Moody Girl, I don't know, I got what I needed out of Cobra for the Moody Girl talk. And honestly, the Moody Girl shit, I thought you was gonna go in depth and deeper into what you really go through day to day. You just still talking about these and like, yo, haters. A lot of the subject matter throughout the entire album is just that. It is talking to the haters, saying these niggas ain't shit, and how you pimped them out and how you are very in control of your sexual narrative. But these are all things we know about you. I know this about you, babe. I know that. Like, if I think about Megan Thee Stallion, I think about a bitch that is going to control the narrative. Because you know what's funny? Good News told us that. Am I lying? Good News did exactly what you are doing now. The haters, they trying you. I'm going to be forever here to stay. Y'all mad at me for being that girl. I'm popping. These niggas going to do what I want them to do. Good News told me all of that. Traumazine came around and told us how you feel about, you know, anxiety and your parents and like family and, you know, some turn up moments and being her. Like, and even then I'm like, her is something you haven't done. Like it's like she does sprinkle things in each album that evolves like her artistry, but she doesn't commit to it fully. No shade. To me, I feel like you don't commit to it. Like, did she even perform her at the tour? I don't think she did. But I feel like she doesn't commit to these experimental songs. Besides, obviously, like, the Mamushi. I mean, because it's blowing up on TikTok. So, like, you need to pay attention to it. Like, because that's the only song from the entire album that is giving you what you need. No shade. She's pushing the album, you know? But going through the Megan album, I haven't learned anything new about you, Megan, at all. I know some people are trying to make it seem like, oh my God, she's talking about she got a boyfriend and a girlfriend. We knew about that back in her mixtape days. If you knew Megan, and if you don't know Megan, then maybe if this is your introduction album to Megan, then okay, welcome to the club. But like, Megan's been openly bisexually and queer for since I've known the girl. I feel like she's always talked about liking girls and like how bad bitches be fine. Like, she's always talked about it. So it's never been like nothing new. I guess I was expecting to hear your perspective on things. Like, because you're going to open the album with Hiss. Then give me the perspective of, I don't know, like, what were you going through when Drake was talking about you or Nicki was coming for you or like everybody was turning on you at the time? But did Traumazine already tell that story then? I think Traumazine came out right after the verdict or right before the verdict of Tory Lanez or something like that, I remember, right? It was like during the time of them in the court. It was something like that. Do you not have nothing else to talk about? I don't know. But here's the thing, right? Because I don't feel like there's no evolution, and I feel like that's the reason why, based on my next point, the album only sold 64K. And I know I can hear the hotties. Well, Zach, shoot the pimp. Zach, she's independent. You need to give her chance. No, baby. And before that, Traumazine sold 63K. So not really an evolution in the sales either. From album to album, but Good News sold 100K. But that was because that was her very first debut album. Everybody was peak interest of what to know what she's going to talk about. What is she giving? Reason why the albums after that ain't do well, because you ain't talking about nothing else, Megan. And I know you know this. Like, I feel like something about me knows you know this. But I feel like you're trying to stick to a formula that works for you, because if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Because you can still sell 64K. I don't want to make this sound rude, but I feel like it's going to sound rude, but here we are. After 6 years, I'm talking about the exact same thing, excluding the Anxiety, Bad Bitches Have Bad Days 2 song, or Cobra, or even Hiss, right? Records like that, excluding records like that. And that's only 3 or 4 or 5, because we can put Plan B in there maybe, and, maybe. But like, other than that, everything kind of sounds the same. You say the same thing in every song, even on your features. You the baddest, you the best. Like, I get, like, we know you're, like, but what else do you have to say? I can even give you this. I mean, Nicki's been doing this for 15 to 20 years. So now I can be like, girl, okay, what else you got to talk about? But like, for a good 10 straight years, Miss Bitch gave us something new every time. Like, oh, that's new. Oh, is that how you feel? Oh, okay, bitch. So now, of course, it's like you've said almost everything you could say, Nicki. So like, but Megan is in her, I don't even know why we keep comparing Megan. We compare Megan and Nicki because like the hotties and the Barbs are fighting, and the hotties have put this expectation that Megan can end Nicki, which is insane to me. And I'm not even coming from a Barb perspective with that. I'm just coming from stats and like facts perspective. Not even coming from a Barb perspective. Just looking at the track record and the score, Nicki got like 10 years on this bitch. Like, it's not a fair comparison. It never will be. And, yes, Megan has 3 Grammys, but those 3 Grammys clearly have not equated to the numbers of sales that Nicki can do. Nicki's flop album, as we so called it, because I was one of the girls that said it flopped, interesting enough, was 168? Queen sold 168, I believe. That's insane. Or 180. 186. I'm sorry, it was 186. Man, mind you, that was considered a flop for her. Yikes. So then we come to Megan selling 64K. And don't bring me to the independent argument, because technically, on paper, yes, she is independent. But baby, she's no independent artist like you and I, or anybody else out there that's independent, that's got some streaming numbers, that's trying to get some shit going. She's nowhere near that. Megan is a commercial artist still, signed to one of the biggest management labels in the world, and signed to one of the big 3 distribution labels in the world. She owns her masters and has to pay now. Now she has to front the bill. Other than that, you don't see no independent artists just getting invited to open up the BET Awards or still get covers on big magazines. And Roc Nation is her management company, sis. Honey, yes, she's independent. Sure. She owns the content. Yes. However, oh baby, she is literally getting the major label artist treatment. She doesn't have an experience of an independent artist. The only thing she's experiencing that's of the same as an independent artist is she get the invoices to her. That's about it. When she record and get mixed and mastered and pay for features and pay for music videos, those invoices go to her now instead of 1501 or to a Columbia or to Interscope. She gets the invoices. Other than that, oh bitch, and other than that, she gets playlisting, she gets placements, she's on the charts, she's on Billboard Top 100. I think all her songs from the album, I think the highest song was Mamusha. I think that's the highest one that debuted at like number 50 something, but all her songs are like 60 and lower. But regardless of the fact, she's an independent artist that have debuted on the Billboard Top 100. Multiple songs from an album. If Cupcake sold 64K, then that would be amazing, because she's an independent artist that does not have Warner Brothers or a big management group that's representing them. Megan has a more commercial appeal and she's had one of the biggest commercial pushes of the 2020s. She has so much publicity, so that's not the problem. This baby was on one of the top selling tours of this summer. She has a #1 record due to Hiss. Even though we could argue update all day long, but the facts are the facts. If Nicki did not give her a play of day and made the viral thing that it was that day or that weekend, it wouldn't have been number one at all. So if she didn't have his, she probably would have sold less than 64K. And that's the T. Like, look at Drake and Kendrick. Kendrick's always sold very well. Kendrick's always had a career. But like beefing publicly with one of the biggest artists in the world, and I'm not a Drake fan by the Drake does nothing for, I don't listen to Drake, okay? However, beef works. Beef works. Even if Megan was beefing with somebody else, it would have had a spike, but it wouldn't have done like the Nicki impact, because Nicki is the biggest female rapper of all time. So there you go. You go for the jugular girl, okay? But let me be honest, even my Mamusha song, stop. As a hit as it is, as cute as it is, it's dry, it's a little tired, it's a little repetitive, and it's perfect for TikTok. So that's why it slaps on TikTok, because it's perfect for TikTok. But like, I can't sit up here and say it's like the best song Megan's ever created. I can't do that. But it is a hit, it's a little TikTok hit that I think will grow on TikTok, will grow as a sound. And because it is something new, and it is something fresh, and it is something different, that I've never seen another rap girl do something like this before. And I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments, Balam. But I don't think I've seen a rap girl do this before. So maybe I think that's why, it's doing so well. On top of it being catchy, it is fresh and it's new and it's something, Megan, this is different. But I want more of that. I want you to give me more of that. Like, I don't know. Because even like, I know how people say like Megan's flow is repetitive. It's not even the flow that's repetitive. It's the cadence that's repetitive. Because her flow does change. Megan has different flows. However, the cadence is like, girl, you can do that. You can't do that to every song, babe. You can't do that to every song. Like every song, like take it for example, the Renee rap song. For the Mean Girls record, right? Megan rapped the same way she rapped on Glorilla's He Don't Want to Be in the Man, Don't Save Him. It's the same cadence. It's the exact same cadence on the Renee rap song. Like, girl, no shade. If the girls want to talk about Nicki so much, Nicki gave you different cadence. Nicki got different accents, girl. You know what I mean? Like, look at Kendrick. Kendrick's going to give you whole different personalities on records, bitch. Doja's going to give you totally different, wow, yeah. She's going to give you moments. Megan's going to, he wanna, and my pussy. Woo, Jesus. Like, girl, after a few songs of that, it's a chop. No shade. And I promise you, if Megan had different cadences, her albums would probably do even better. But it's the same cadence with a different beat and maybe a different flow. That's boring. And it gets repetitive and tired. It's reductive. It's quite reductive at this point. And until you change that, until you evolve and give us something that we will not expect, I thought this rebirth moment was going to be a rebirth. And I feel like I just got a continuation of something for the hotties or Traumazine or Good News. Or hell, even Tina Snow. No shade. And I'm rooting for you, but girl, give me something else. It's getting a little boring. It's getting boring. It's getting predictable and it's getting boring. It's not even getting predictable. Megan, your music is predictable. I play a game when Megan's about to drop a song with my friends, and I will say, I bet you it sound like X, Y, and Z. Like, I bet you he wanna. When I put you on I bet you's gonna have that in there somewhere. And it usually always, I'm probably like 95% right. And she came out recently and said like she's not good at writing hooks, so she gets help with hooks. I don't know who's helping you with those hooks. Maybe you should get some more people to help you with those hooks, because your hooks on this album is still tired to me. Not saying that it is tired, but to me, it is tired. I don't know. My final word ain't the final word. Y'all can feel how y'all feel. There's people out there, there's hotties out there that love this album, that will die and breathe by it. And if that's the case, let me know in the comments below what I'm missing, girl. The next Megan album, I want to turn on and be like, yes, bitch. Whoa. Now that's new. That's different. I didn't know that about my girl. I want that. Hopefully her next album evolves. It evolves her. Hopefully we learn something new. We get new sounds. like I said, the brand of Megan Thee Stallion has evolved. That's the gag. The brand of Megan Thee Stallion has evolved. Bitch, my bitch don't look like nothing she did when she first came out. She's so much more polished. She's put together. And I'm not talking about just her size or her face or anything. Money well spent, by the way. Period. I'm sorry, bitch. The face is snatched. You can say what you want. I know the girls will be like, oh, she ain't did. And I know she claims not to have nothing done, but like, we ain't blind. It looks amazing. You look stunning. You look stunning before and you look stunning now. I would love your music to evolve just like your physical appearance. I want to be gagged. Like, damn, she look good. Damn, she sound good. Damn, this is new. I want one of those moments. I do. This new album did not do that for me at all. In the slightest, actually. So that's how I feel about the whole Megan album, the entire thing. Oh, I didn't talk about the 30 million bots. Was that real? I didn't talk about it because I didn't know if it was a real fact, because academics reported it, and I was like, what you know? But allegedly, apparently, 30 million streams was taken away from Megan's album because of bots. And I'm going to be honest with you, if that is true, I don't know if that's really true, but if that is true, then baby, it's because she's with major people. Come on now. It's because she's with the major machines. So they have the farms and the people to call to push the record. Payola. But yeah, if that's true, I'm not surprised in the slightest. Megan is still connected and tied to major things. So of course, if they can pay for it to get pushed, to make them numbers look bigger than what they are, they're going to inflate because they do it to everybody. No shade. Not everybody, because some people can still sell organically, but I'm not trying to be shady. I'm just speaking the tea. If her shit did not sell, if they put 30 million streams on it, then yeah, if they can, they will. They was going to do that. For sure. Now, if they got caught, they got caught. But I want to know. I'm not going to really get my full opinion on that because I know some real tea on how that goes until I need to know for sure that that's a true statement that actually happened, because I know sometimes the barbs and academics and stuff like that can tweet stuff and people just want to see Megan lose and make it worse for Megan. But sometimes it don't even be all that. Whoo, child. I feel like I sat up here and talked to y'all. Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys feel about the Megan album? I would love to hear your opinion. If you want to watch the reaction, it is in the first link description below. It's on the Tiredest Patreon family. We would love to have you. Come sign up. All right, y'all. I love y'all for always picking up my call, and I will be calling y'all back real soon. Bye, Army.